A little bird has told me that some of you do not know how to make men spoil you. You do not know how to get that princess treatment. The worst part, some of you go ahead to even spoil these men, and you spoil these men expecting that when you spoil them, when you treat them nicely, that they will respond and treat you nicely back. But it doesn't work like that. I know we have been conditioned to believe the fairy tale that when somebody loves you, that it is automatic. He will treat you nicely, he will spoil you, he will do all those things. But it doesn't always happen. Today, I'll share some few tips here and there that can help you get that princess treatment, that can help you make the men in your life treat you well, you know, a little bit softer, give you those gifts, take you on those dates, be nice to you, not view you like a male. On to the tips. The first tip is you have to ensure that that man has a provider mindset. If that man does not have a provider mindset, it does not matter what you do, what you tell him, how you conduct yourself, he cannot be able to provide for you. He will not do anything nice to you. He will not provide anything to you. And it's not just by financial, even emotionally, physically, mentally, he will not provide anything to you because he doesn't have that provider mindset. You have to ensure that the man that you're expecting to treat you well, to give you that princess treatment, has a provider mindset. He believes that a man should provide for his woman and his family. Otherwise, there is nothing you can do to change a man who does not have a provider mindset. It doesn't matter how feminine, how good looking, how nice you are, how kind you cannot change his mindset. And something that is very important to note, you also have to be realistic with your expectations. I know social media and especially Instagram has set the bar very high, and it's not even applicable in real life, and it doesn't happen to all women. It only happens to maybe say 10% of the women, where you see on their birthday they are getting a car, they're getting this. I'm not saying you cannot be able to get that. You can be able to get that, but you also have to be realistic with what your man can afford. And having a provider mindset is not being rich. There's a difference between a generous man and a rich man. A rich man can be rich, but he's not generous. He can have all the money and he can take you to these lavish places, you know, the 5-star hotels, vacations, but he cannot give you anything. He does not want to give you any money to improve your life. That is a stingy man. Although he's rich, and I know most girls want rich men, he's very stingy and he cannot help you. He cannot elevate you in any way. But there's also a generous man. Well, he's not broke, but you know, the little that he has, he's willing to share with you. So you have to be realistic. As women, I know we know the capability of our men. The man that you have in your life, you know he can be able to buy a Mercedes Benz. He can be able to buy a Demio for me. He can be able to buy a bicycle for me. This man, the only thing he can be able to afford is a phone. The only thing he can be able to afford for a gift is a watch. You know, you have to be realistic. You cannot be taking expectations of a Mercedes Benz to a 20-year-old who has not even graduated university, doesn't even have money. Although if you're dating a 20-year-old, I don't know what you're doing with your life, because that means you are 20 or below. You should be focusing on your life and not dating men. But I hope you get the point. You have to be realistic. Do not let Instagram and social media influence you into putting pressure on your partner when he's a good partner and he's generous and he's sharing the little that he has. The second tip is to communicate that you love princess treatment very early on. You see, during those dating stages when you're getting to know each other, okay, I'm not saying you be upfront and say, I love princess treatment, I don't bring anything to the table, oh, a man should provide. And I always tell the ladies, do not engage in such conversations with the men that you're dating. Refrain from engaging from such conversations. If he asks you, what do you bring to the table, or what do you think about these questions of what do you bring to the table, just say, I do not comment on such and I do not engage in such topics. And I don't know why you should be dating someone who is asking you what you bring to the table, but some men could be asking your opinion on the whole topic. So if he does that, just say you do not comment on such topics. So on this tip, it's just to let him know that you love princess treatment, but in very subtle way. You know, you just throw hints here and there, but make it very clear and make him understand that you love princess treatment. For example, you guys could be planning a date, you know, and you just say, oh, I love when I go to nice hotels, I love to experience good foods, I love a man who is takes the initiative to take me on dates, maybe weekly or monthly, depending on your preference. Just state it, just say it, like you're not telling him to do it, but you're just expressing what you like. You can also say, I love when a man gifts me. My love language is gifting. I love when nice watches, I love nice handbags, I love a man who surprises me, I love a man who is gentle with me, I love a man who is, just communicate it with him very early on and let him know your expectations. And you're not telling him directly to do it, you're not demanding it from him, you're just stating what you love and what you prefer. If he cannot be able to handle that, I'm sure he will stop engaging and he will go. But most men will see that as a challenge, and they'll want to prove to you that, you know what, I can be able to do all these things. And once you set the bar here, once he starts treating you well, once he starts taking you to dates weekly, every week he's taking you to dates, he cannot go back. He has already set the standard high and he cannot take it down. The third tip is never talk badly about your ex, especially on how he was treating you badly with your person that you're dating. If he asks you how your ex was treating you, never start going into victim mentality, saying, oh, he never took me to dates, he never bought me anything nice, he was always mean to me, he was very harsh with me. Never say those things. If you have to, lie. I know this is not good advice to advise you to lie, but it's just a white lie. Just view it like manifesting. Envision what you would love your partner to do and tell him that is what your ex was doing. And if he asks you if this partner was very good, why did you break up with him? Just find a good excuse that you can give, like maybe he was flirting with girls online, just something small to show him that, I'm also serious and I do not like this. You could put there something that you do not like and tell him. Men are very competitive. When you tell him that your ex was treating you well, he will want to raise the bar and he will want to treat you even better. So it is in their nature to want to be the best. It is in their nature to compete. So once you're telling him, that my ex was always taking me to dates weekly, every Friday was a date night, I'm telling you that guy will start taking you to dates twice a week. He will pull up his socks just to show you that, I can be better than your ex. But when you go with that victim mentality that I was treated badly, he will even treat you worse. He will know that, this lady can take so much. She can tolerate a lot of bullshit. So I don't have to put any effort. She will stay anyway. As long as I use my words well and I tell her that I love her and all those good nothings, she will stay. So be very smart. And I know some of you are watching this and wondering, I've already told my partner that my ex was bad, my ex was mean. What do I do? What you do in such a case is you start pointing out to couples that are doing very well. For example, you could say your friend is being treated very well. She's always taken to dates every week by their partner. You admire that. And make sure that you're telling him these things in a very subtle way. Do not make it so obvious that you're trying, to make him feel too competitive and want to treat you better. For example, you could tell him, as my friend, her partner is always taking her out every Friday. Every Friday is a date night. They're always going out to have fun. They always go on vacations once a month or every quarter. Just tell him those things. Or the neighbor, I love the relationship of the neighbor and his wife. He's always treating her very well. He's always bringing her flowers. He's always taking her to dates. I really admire that. I wish I had such an experience. You have not asked it, but you have asked it indirectly. I'm telling you, the next time you'll hear him telling you, this Friday, are you available? Can we go out for dinner? He will want to also show you that, there's nothing special about these men who are treating their wives or their partners in this way. I can also treat you that way. And he'll want to pull up his socks and treat you better. The fourth tip is he needs to like you more than you like him. I know this is a bit controversial. Some girls say, as long as I love him, he doesn't care if he loves me or he doesn't love me, I'll just force issues. But I'm telling you, if you want to be treated nicely, if you want to be spoiled, let that man like you more than you like him. It will avoid a lot of problems for you. You'll avoid a lot of clowning, because when you like him more than he likes you, you'll be very emotional. Like we said in a previous video, women are very emotional. You'll be very emotional. You will be overbearing. You'll even get bored of. You'll be all over him, and men do not like that. Men like their space. But when he likes you more than you like him, he'll be the one following following you up, chasing you, trying to make sure that he doesn't lose you. He'll also be afraid to lose you. But when he knows, and men know this, when he knows that you love him more than he loves you, he doesn't care. He knows that you will be there. He will do anything. You will forgive him. He will not put any effort. He'll just give bare minimum, and you will still spoil him. You will still be there for him. You will still support him. He will come, say sweet nothings, and you'll just take words without any actions, and stay because you love him. So make sure, if you want princess treatment, that the man that you're with likes you more than you like him. Period. The fifth tip is to let your man lead you and you to respect him and appreciate him. I know we are living in an era where women have been empowered, and I'm so happy to live in such an era. And we are running a lot of households, we are running companies, we are CEOs, and we are killing it at the game. And I love it. I love it to see for women. But if you want your relationship to be stable, if you want your relationship to be balanced, you have to let a man lead you. It is in their nature. That is how they are created. Even in the Bible, everywhere, even in the story of creation, the science, everything supports this. They want to be the leaders in their intimate relationships. They want to feel like the leader. They want to lead. So you have to let him lead. You have to even if you're the CEO in your company, when you get your relationship, take a back seat and allow your man to lead you. Respect him and appreciate him. And him leading you does not mean that he is controlling you or you don't have any say. You just have to know how to be feminine and inspire that masculine energy in him. Because when you allow him to lead, he feels masculine, and this inspires him to view you as his woman, to treat you better, and to want to give you more. And men do not give that princess treatment, or they do not spoil a woman so that you can feel good. They actually do it for themselves, so that they can feel good, so they can validate themselves and feel like, I'm good enough, I am a leader, I am doing what I'm supposed to do. So you have to allow him to lead you, and you also have to respect him. Men need respect. Even the Bible does not say that women love your husbands. No, it says men love your wives and wives respect your husbands. So you have to respect your husband. You have to respect him and also appreciate him. And I've talked about these things in my previous videos on feminine energy in dating and how to be feminine. Make sure you go and watch them if you want a detailed view on how to be feminine in your relationships, or how just to be feminine. Because the masculine energy needs respect and appreciation. So you have to do this. Anything small he does for you, make sure that you appreciate him. Make it a big deal. Even if you don't think it's a big deal, just make it a big deal. Even when he goes to the supermarket and just brings a bottle of yogurt, make it seem like it's a big thing. Oh, thank you so much, you thought about me, I appreciate this. I'm telling you, the next time he'll level his game. He will now bring a bottle of wine, or something bigger, and the next time you're hearing, he's bringing you a car. So you have to appreciate him for the small things and inspire him to do more for you. The sixth tip is to be in your feminine energy. For your man to be in his masculine energy, you need to work on yourself. You need to be in your feminine energy. You need to be open to receive. You cannot be given princess treatment if you're not open and willing to receive princess treatment. You have to be open and to receiving the princess treatment, and you can only do that if you're in your feminine energy. So if you feel like your feminine energy is lacking a bit, I have done a video on how to be feminine. Just go and watch that video and work on yourself, and not just physically. Some people just, you look good, you wear good clothes, you do your nails, you take care of your everything, the physical part of being feminine, you look good, but on the inside you haven't done the job. You're still very aggressive, you're still very bitter, you're still not open to any help. When you're provided help, you always turn it down. So just work on being feminine. The feminine energy inspires the masculine energy, and the masculine energy is the energy for giving. So once you're in your feminine energy and you're ready to receive, you inspire your partner to be in his masculine energy, to want to provide for you, to want to protect you, to want to make sure that you're good, to care for you. And he starts giving his time, giving you financially, giving you his love, care. The seventh tip is, do not demand. Ask in a feminine way, ask in a nice way. Two women can ask the same thing from the same man, and one of them is given and the other one is denied. Why? Because of how they ask for it. You cannot be asking like you're demanding. You cannot be asking like it's a fellow man asking him for something, like you're commanding him, like you're telling him you have to do it. No, you can do it in a feminine way. For example, if your man never takes you out for dates, you cannot just be going there and telling him, tomorrow I want to go on a date. If you do not take me on a date, you will see. That is demanding. For example, you can go and tell him, the way you don't take me to dates, it really makes me feel very bad. It really makes me feel like I'm not a priority to you and you don't want to make me happy. It really makes me sad and it really makes me question a lot. Have you seen the difference between the two? The first one is demanding, you're taking me out tomorrow on a date, but the other one is saying how she's feeling. And this is something that I have learned. Men are very logic in their thinking, and us women are very emotional. So if you go arguing with him from a logical point of view, he will win that argument. But if you use your emotions, men are not able to argue with emotions. So if you go and tell him, you not taking me to dates really makes me feel sad, it really makes me feel like you're not your priority in your life, you don't care about me, I'm telling you, he'll start feeling, oh, this girl is feeling bad, I need to do something. Another thing is, as women, we are very afraid to ask. We have been conditioned that, our needs do not matter, and we should not be greedy, we should not be asking for what we want. And this is even evident on social media. You will never hear a man asking, how do I get this girl? Or how do I ask for, the intimacy from a woman? Even a 14-year-old boy, you will see him approaching a girl and wanting to, the girl to be his girlfriend. But as women, we are so scared. We are very afraid to ask for anything, even for our needs, even for something that we need. We are afraid. And I have so many inboxes on TikTok, women asking me, how do I ask him for money? How do I ask him for this? And I'm wondering, if this guy is bold enough to ask you to sleep with him, why are you afraid to ask for what you want? He's not afraid to ask for what he wants. He's asking you to sleep with him. He's asking you for things, for you to do things for him, to wash his clothes, wash his house, to go visit him. He's not afraid to ask. So why are you afraid to ask? You have given him access to your body, and you cannot even be able to ask for basic needs, things that you need. We need to start being bold. We need to lose this conditioning of, that our needs do not matter, that we need to be coached how to ask things. As long as you're not demanding. And you'll notice men are very smart. Even when they're asking something from you, they do not demand. They do not tell you, today you're coming to visit me, you have to come to visit me. They sweet talk you. They marinate you with good words so that they can make sure anakuingiza box, you go and visit him. But us, we are demanding, I want 1,000 shillings to do my nails. I want 2,000 shillings. Don't do that. Just look at men and how they conduct themselves and how they ask for things and use them. They are always talking us, telling us sweet nothings, just so that they can get access to our bodies, for us to go and visit them, for to get access to our energies, for us to go and do things for them. So you wash their clothes, clean their house. They're very smart and very bold. We also need to be smart and bold. The eighth tip is, people treat you how you treat yourself. So if you want to be treated well, are you treating yourself well? For example, if you want your man to spoil you and be taking you on dates every week, do you take yourself to dates? Ask yourself, if you want your man to be buying you gifts, do you buy yourself gifts? Do you buy yourself flowers? Start spoiling yourselves. Do you gift yourself? Do you take care of yourself? Do you pay for your nails? Do you do your hair? Like, do you take care? Do you groom yourself? Or you just want someone to come and do the things that you are not even able to do for yourself? You want someone to come and love you, and you're not even able to love yourself. How can you love something that doesn't even love itself? So you have to be the mirror. You have to reflect to other people how you treat yourself. And this is from the word go. When you start dating, this is for those who are not in a relationship or do not have a partner. When immediately you start to date someone, show them that you're very serious about self-love, that you're very serious about taking care of yourself. I know sometimes you want to take yourself on dates and maybe you don't have the ability, the finances, or whatever reason. Just tell him, I'm on a date, I'm going on a date. And even in the house, create that date. Just cook something nice, lit a candle, and just enjoy a date. Just play good music or watch a movie and tell yourself you're taking yourself on a date. Be intentional about loving yourself. And self-love is not, applying skincare and I don't know what. No. Self-love can be sitting down and journaling your thoughts. Self-love can be just paying for that therapy session, for that coaching session, and getting your mind right, getting your emotions right, paying for that emotional intelligence course and getting your emotions right, investing in that business, buying that shoe, buying that handbag. It doesn't have to be always materialistic. It can be both materialistic, it can be taking care of yourself, it can be applying that serum, it can be paying for that therapy. It's a very big and very broad field. So just take care of yourself, love yourself, ensure that people that you love yourself, that you respect yourself, and that you have boundaries even with yourself. Do not break boundaries even with yourself, and that you have standards even with yourselves. People will love you like you love yourself, they will respect your boundaries, and they will work towards attaining your standards. So make sure that you love yourself. But when all is said and done, you have to make sure that the person that you're expecting to treat you nicely has a provider mindset, he's in his masculine energy, and he loves you. And in the best case scenario, he loves you more than you love him, or at least you love each other equally. But don't ever allow yourself to be in a situation where, as a woman, you love him more than he loves you. You will see dust. That I can promise you. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was as informative to you as it was for me. If you loved it, make sure that you subscribe, comment, and share. Share it to your friends and let them also get that princess treatment. Let's empower each other and stay smart and bold together. Bye.